So looking at number 2 on the practice problem set, the question is to basically look at this graph and figure out where the object is moving with the smallest speed, largest speed, positive velocity, negative velocity, and when it's not moving. So the first thing to notice is that this is a position versus time graph. Okay, so on a position or x versus t graph, if you have a horizontal line, okay, the object is not moving, right? Because if it's at the same x position over time, it's not moving. Okay, if there is a positive slope, okay, in the reference frame that you've established, the object has a positive velocity. Okay, and if it has a negative slope, then it would have a negative velocity. Okay, I also ask you about speed. For speed, you just look at the magnitude of the slope. You don't care if it's a positive or negative slope. Okay, so let's take a look at the questions. So in A, it asks, when is the object moving with the smallest speed? Okay, so we know the object must be moving, so that eliminates A, C, and E, because those are all horizontal lines where the object is not moving. Okay, well, speed, we don't care about if it's positive or negative, if the slope is positive or negative. So we know B and D, the object is moving at time B and at time D. And for speed, you want to look at the magnitude of the slope. So D is actually changing its position over time more than B is. So B is going to be the smallest speed. Okay, if you look at this slope, rise over run, for every amount of time, well, let's make that a short amount of time. So if we look at like short amount of time here, B changes its position by this much. Okay, but if we look at that short amount of time over here, right, where D is, the object is going to change its position by that much. It's not labeled on the y-axis, so we just kind of have to look at it. There's no numbers really that go with this, but you can see that per unit time, t, the object is changing position more over here at D than it is at B. So if we're looking for the smallest speed, that's going to be B. Okay, if we look at the largest speed, well, we just answered that question. That would be D. Okay, object not moving. Well, we know the object is not moving if it's a horizontal line. So A, C, and E are all locations where that object is not moving. Okay, object has positive velocity. Well, positive slope is at B, and that's the only location with a positive slope. And negative velocity, well, D is the location with negative velocity.